Hey everybody, Alex here with Momentum Charting. If you have not yet done so, jump down below. Today we are going to be getting into Moderna, MRNA. If you have not yet done so, jump down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. Doing both of those things will ensure you do not miss a single update this week and next. Exciting stuff coming on Moderna. Guys, let's jump into the chart. So I find it a little bit funny today. You know, we've had a little bit of a pullback from these highs from 492 and then dropped down some today, over 5%, and again also down a little bit after hours. To me, all of this stuff is healthy, but a little bit like we were talking about last time, the same channels that keep saying how bearish Moderna is now I find it funny, but now they're not only saying that Moderna is extremely bearish, they're saying it was a pump and dump. Okay, so guys, is the bull run in Moderna over? Was Moderna a pump and dump? Let's take a look at the evidence and just see what we are seeing on the chart of Moderna. So, just like we did last time we analyzed Moderna, I want to look at what is currently happening. And on these, I'm here on a daily momentum chart. And these were the periods last time that we noted that Moderna had big corrections, big drops in prices. This one represented around 26% or so, and these two turnovers and turn downs here in Moderna represented something close to a 40% loss in price over the period of about 35 days. Now, once again, let's look at what's happening today. Does what's happening today on a daily momentum time frame more closely represent what happened during these times of massive corrections, where you had these sort of rounded tops, right? And you could see in advance kind of what was happening here. See, turning over from the top, you could see these red momentum points that were turning over to the downside, ready to fall over a waterfall and correct to the downside. So, does what's happening today, where it appears that we have momentum still, even on today's momentum data point, August 10th, still pushing strongly to the upside, does what's happening currently in Moderna more closely represent these periods of massive corrections or a continuation of basically what's been in place since around July 14th? I would argue that what is happening currently with our momentum chart looks a lot more like a continuation of what has been happening. Now, as I've said before, as you guys have heard me preach, yes, these things can and do turn around quickly, right? It does happen from time to time, but that's why we need to pay attention to these shorter time frames and make sure that we are taking into account taking into our analysis all the different time frames. So for instance, I'm here on a daily. I want to look at the 3 hour. I want to look at the 1 hour. I want to look at the 15 and 20 minute. I kind of want to dig down, get more granular, and make sure I'm not missing any important data that could lead to the smaller time frames correcting on a large scale that would definitely turn this to the downside in a big way on a daily time frame. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. So overall, macro picture to me, the momentum and the chart on Moderna still looking strong to the upside. Yes, we got a correction today, and yes, guys, stocks do not just go up in a straight line. A healthy chart will have ebbs, and it will have flows. It will go up, it will go down. Pullbacks are an opportunity, right? An opportunity to consolidate and gain power for the next run to the upside. Is that what's happening now? I believe, yes, that is what's happening now. The pullback today, and again, a little bit more after hours, I don't know, was up, down a little, maybe another 2% or so after hours. That to me is exciting, right? It's not bearish and pump and dump and, oh, Moderna's going back to 100 now. Not at all. to me, that's exciting. All that represents is another opportunity to add to my position, and or if you are not in a position, potentially, right, potentially look to add to Moderna and take advantage of whatever is left of this bull run. I'm going to try to my best to keep you guys apprised of what's happening here. So yeah, definitely you're going to want to make sure to go down below, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my updates on Moderna. So I'm here on a 20-minute time frame. Let's I wanted to go back just quickly to this to this momentum chart. I do have just a few more things. Today's video is not going to be too long, but I did want to show you this. You guys can see here the action that kind of happened today. You can see the strength of this momentum chart still, like even on the 1 hour, right? It appears that we're still getting these nice series of positive divergent bottoms, and you can see higher lows and higher highs developing. Now, on an hourly time frame, what could be developing here is something like this period, like the middle of July, which was still bullish, but we kind of had this pullback. What's happening here? It's possible. It's similar to what happened here, where you didn't get this immediate blow back to the upside in price. It took, let's see, July 27th to August 3rd. It took about a week, maybe 8 trading days or so until this thing consolidated here in this range and finally broke out to the upside here around August 3rd, August 4th. So it's possible. That to me is definitely one scenario. My pretty much the scenarios I'm looking at right now are all on the bullish side. I see absolutely no reasons right now to switch to bearish on Moderna. I'm just not seeing it. Good luck to all of those of you that think Moderna is a pump and dump and ready to come crashing down. That's definitely not my default thinking right now. So again, this scenario could, to me, is going to represent one of two things. Either a period like this, where we just rolled to the downside and immediately spiked back to the upside. I do think this is possible, judging by the 50 moving average and some things like that. I think this is a possibility, or it could kind of do one of these things where it comes down here, has a few up days, few down days, and maybe consolidates for a week and then gets ready for its next move to the upside. So those are basically my two base cases right now on Moderna, and I'm going to even go down here to the 15-minute. And yeah, see, so this is when we got that big explosion to the upside on the 9th, August 9th, when we broke that momentum channel. And I did point this out to you guys in that video. I said, look here, guys, we've broken out of the worst part of the downside momentum. Yes, there was a chance we could go down for one more leg, but we had, to me, broken out of the worst of this right here. This is what I'm talking about here. Broken out of the worst of the downward pressure. So, to me, kind of what I'm looking for here, and when I'm looking at this momentum chart, it's pretty clear to me why Moderna again would be down slightly after hours. There's no relief yet in the short term of this sort of bearish pressure to the downturn. What I'm waiting for, right, is a break to the outside of this, some consolidation in these zones here, and then a break back to the upside. Very, very similar to what we got here on August 9th, right? So that's the 15-minute. That's a short time frame, granular time frame on the momentum chart, just showing you guys what I think is possible for the next leg to the upside in Moderna. And this was the time period here that represented that that week or so of consolidation. And I don't know if it's going to be like this here, because see, we were getting this series here of like lower lows and lower highs. See here, we got a lower low on July 27th and then a lower high here on July 28th. So this was like fiddling around here for about a week, and I'm not seeing any evidence yet of that. Now it could happen like that, where this momentum just goes on this line and fails, right? And doesn't break out to the upside here, creating some sort of a positive divergence, but continues down, right, down to these levels here, and maybe screws around a little bit down here, kind of like this. And then if that happens, we just set our line of overhead resistance and wait for the breakout, just like we did right here, right? So very similar. We're going to be watching these scenarios. To me, base case right now is sort of that I think we're getting ready in the really near term, in the next couple of days, for the next leg up on Moderna. But it's possible, again, that we could be in for a period of a little bit more consolidation here. Going to be watching the momentum closely, going to be watching the RSI and the RSI chart as well to see if I can pinpoint exactly when that move back to the upside is going to be happening. So here on the 20-minute chart, to me, an area of potential strong entry for the next leg to the upside. We just take our trend line, just like we did here, draw it just like this, where you've got these nice touch points, 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points here from August 4th to August 6th, and then finally got the breakout towards the end of the day on August 6th. So I do want to draw that same type of trend line right in here, right? Beautiful little trend line. I love this. I'm going to kind of be watching the action in here. Is all the alignment on our 125, our 200, our 50, is it going to remain intact? Is our dynamic trend going to remain intact? All of these things I'm going to be watching for. And as this moves to the side here in the next couple of days, I don't know how long, again, this consolidation period is going to last. To me, entry point is going to be on the break of this trend line to the upside. And at that point, I'm going to be going back here to the momentum, 15-minute momentum, hour momentum, seeing if there are signs of it turning back to the upside. That's going to be one confirmation. And another confirmation is going to be on this the RSI chart. So you guys can see here the how the steepness of like this 50 and 125, these are really starting to push harder to the upside. That's why I think kind of the time in between these runs to the upside is going to be shortening. But again, it's no guarantee. Just going to need to be carefully watching this. And I'm thinking here, guys, this is why I'm thinking this next push to the upside might not be too far away. I'm here on the 1 hour chart, for the dynamic RSI. And I've kind of got this trend line set. And I've got this upward diagonal trend line set here. I don't know if that's valid. That doesn't look that great to me, although it could be okay. But I'm kind of interested in these levels here. This kind of horizontal support at around 59. To me, for the next really strong leg to the upside in Moderna, I would like to see this come down here in the next, maybe by end of day tomorrow or early on the 12th, come down here, hit this 59 RSI point and start moving back to the upside, just like we had here towards the end of the day on August 6th. All of those things, the 1 hour RSI starting to push back to the upside from these levels here around 59, along with a break of this trend line here to the upside, and and basically this momentum. So I'm going to be watching three things, but to me here, everything's still looking very, very strong. Is it guaranteed Moderna is going to have another gigantic move to the upside? No guarantee, obviously. But I just really do kind of like this action today, like this big 5-6% drop, more like 9% with the after hours. I do like that just because it's kind of scaring people out of it, discouraging people. I like when the market tries to worry people instead of just having a stock that goes in only one direction. So this action to me here is very, very positive, getting this consolidation again for another move to the upside. So basically, guys, that is it for the entirety of my update on Moderna. If you have not yet done so, again, jump down below, subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing for sure another update on Moderna and sharing with you guys just a continuation of what I'm showing here on Tuesday night, seeing what the market action brings tomorrow on both the RSI and the momentum, seeing if we can get any potential breach of this trend line to the upside. So all of that coming in tomorrow's update. You're not going to want to miss it. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for watching. All of you are appreciated. I will see you again in the next Moderna update. Thank you. Bye for now.